So where there's smoke, there may be fire. And there's definitely fire in this franchise right here, the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if you guys know this. Deshaun Watson is coming back. He will be QB1 for the Cleveland Browns. Rapid response. Is Deshaun Watson the most hated NFL QB right now? Anyone, go ahead, take the field. This is your oyster.
Well, I feel like he also reaches beyond the sport of football to be hated, and rightfully so. So there's like within, right? So people cannot like a certain player because like they beat them all the time or like personality, what have you. That spans beyond so much more than the NFL. That if you had to take a tally, yeah, I'm sure. Because like, listen, we're talking about like Aaron Rodgers hate. There's some people that support him even more after like what he said. So I don't think you're going to get a whole lot of that with Deshaun Watson. Trust me, there's still people who support him. But
the one thing with Deshaun, not only do people hate him, he caused everyone to hate an entire organization along with him. Like people just hate the Browns now because of Deshaun Watson. So he's dragging other people down with him.
I would say, I mean, 10 of the people that accused him of sexual assault are going to the game, which I find to be a little weird.
It's weird.
A little awkward. I mean, if you were abused in that situation, you wouldn't want to be anywhere near them unless it's for protest. But I don't know if going to a game is going to do that. And can we take a moment to applaud the NFL for the perfect script of Deshaun Watson coming back against the Houston Texans in Houston?
Yes.
I hope they lose just for the laughs, but I don't think it's happening.
They won't.
The Texans
There's
awful.
no justice in this world. The Browns.
Well, of course, justice in this world. Are you crazy? No.
Yeah, into the ground.
Is he the most hated? I don't even know. It's like his issue is so like bad and out there, and it's been happening like for so long. I think in terms of people being like super angry about it, like they've just kind of given up. And he's more, to me, Watson's just more ignored now by, I think, most football fans who've, made a decision about the situation versus like fans actually hating other guys. Like, I feel like you see more hate towards other quarterbacks than Deshaun Watson. But maybe now that he's back, we'll see like some sort of outrage and something like that. But yeah, I think people are just trying to forget about him.
Yeah. There will be some taunting. There will be a lot of booing. I mean, that's the only reason why anyone's going to Houston Texans games, especially this week.
The worst part about it is like, what if he plays like really well? Like then
it's the Big Ben phenomenon. That's all it is.
People are rooting for him to play awful.
It's against a one-win team.
The
he's
Texans
going to throw for 3 tutties.
With how bad the Texans' offense has been in the first half, the last 2 weeks. It would take a miracle, even against a Joe Woods defense that is one of the worst in football. It would take a miracle for the Houston Texans to be anywhere near competitive.
Like that, Colin like actually brings up a good point. I am very curious to see how like broadcasters are going to approach that game.
No, what they're going to do is give it a year or two.
Yeah.
What they're going to do is they'll say he's rehabbed, he's learned, he's become a family man. Maybe he'll have like a wife and kids as a PR move, like a certain other quarterback that's happened in the past. But what I'm going to say is that they're going to try and soften it up, like he's a change man. That's how they do it.
Yeah. You know the broadcast playbook, right? Right before the game starts, address it right away. Do like a 45-second. Oh, here's Deshaun Watson. He's had those off-field allegations, and they'll slant the language so that it isn't very definitive as to what national anthem. Right, and then they go to the national anthem. You forget about it, and then throughout the broadcast, they won't mention it at all. They'll be like, "Oh, we did that at the beginning of the show."
That's 2 seasons ago. Where
it would be very difficult for me if I were a player on the Browns organization, especially if I were an offensive player and I didn't really agree with what happened. So let's see.
Yeah, that's the kind of like Russell Wilson's gotten a lot of one of the critiques has been like not enough of his teammates have come out and like spoken on his behalf. But none of the Browns players have come out and said anything against Deshaun Watson.
Because it's the
At
climate.
least that I
though.
remember. Maybe somebody's
Right.
like, I don't like this signing.
Yeah.
But as a player, you're put in a bad position where you're debating whether or not to maybe speak out about a moral issue that could jeopardize your future in terms of your ability to make money. You know what I mean? We've seen the NFL when they don't like something that you're doing or saying, be able to remove you from the league very effectively when you're not really, really good at throwing the football. If you're really good at throwing the football, you're going to get another chance. But that's probably why, maybe, guys who got to play with him now who do feel conflicted won't say anything.
It's such interestingly
Let me shift gears
bad
here for a second, though.
situation.
It is a bad situation.